Now let me teach you how to play the 7 swaras called the Sapta Swaras: Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da and Ni. I have made it very simple to teach you the 7 swaras by drawing this block diagrams. So each and every diagram explains you the different swaras which can be played over the Carnatic flute. Now the first and the foremost letter, Sa. To play Sa, you have to hold the forefinger and the middle finger of your left hand over the flute, and the first 2 holes of the flute should be covered like this. And holding the flute is a very important concept, because in Carnatic flute normally we use the cross fingering technique. The cross fingering technique is you have to hold the flute like this, where your thumb is almost closest to the second hole and your forefinger, the flute is rested over here on the forefinger. So the fingers move very easily without any obstruction. This fingering technique is normally used in the Carnatic flute, and we should not actually hold it like this, or we should not keep changing the position. So we have to follow this positioning called the cross fingering technique. So in order to play the swara Sa, you have to hold it like this. Let me show it to you once again. The flute should be rested here and the first 2 fingers should be closed. Since we are not using the last hole, the little finger of your right hand should be rested on the last but one hole of the flute, and this is called Sa. Now play it very smoothly. Use one complete breath to play the swara Sa. Keep practicing it until and unless you get the very clear sound. You will be having mixture of both your breath and also the sound of flute. So until and unless you get the clear sound, keep practicing the swara, first swara Sa. Once you are very confident about Sa, once you are getting the clear sound of Sa, you can proceed to the next swara, Re. The Re is again very similar to Sa, but we don't use the second hole. The second hole is open. So the Re will be like this. We should not change the position of the first finger. We should just remove the second finger gently to get the swara Re. Now try playing both the swaras Sa and Re. Now coming to the third swara, Ga. For Ga, we have to remove the first finger also. Only the last but one finger has to be kept. The last but one hole has to be closed with your little finger on the right hand side. This is the very easiest swara in the Carnatic flute. So let me show you how to play Ga. Now I will show you all the 3 swaras which I have taught you till now. These are the 3 basic swaras. Once you have the hold of these 3 swaras, we can proceed further. Now coming to the 4th swara called Ma. Ma is supposed to be the most toughest swara in the flute for the beginners to get hold of it, because we have to close so many holes, and each and every hole should be completely covered, else we don't get the perfect sound of Ma. So let me teach you how to play Ma. It is very simple. In fact, you have to, the first, as I told you, using the cross fingering technique, you should not change the position. Just close the second and third hole with the middle finger and the ring finger of your left hand. I repeat, close the second and third hole of the flute with the middle and the ring finger of your left hand, and the 4 fingers of your right hand on the other part of the flute. So the Ma will be covered with the fingers like this. All the holes should be covered completely, and we should ensure that there is no gap anywhere in between the holes to get the perfect swara ma. Now let me just try to play and see how it sounds. This could be the challenging swara because it takes a lot of practice, in fact a couple of days to get hold of perfectly to get the sound ma. Now let me play the first four swaras together one by one. Each and every swara should be played with one complete breath. One more difficulty what you may find while learning this procedure is, after you play ga, the third swara ga, coming to ma, playing ma would take some time because you have all the holes opened here and you have so many holes closed here. I will actually give you a technique which will help you practice this and get over this procedure so that you can play ma very easily after you play ga. So while you are playing ga, most of the fingers will be open. So let the fingers be very close to the holes. I don't want you to touch the fingers over the flute, but let the fingers be very close to the holes. So once you play ga, you can easily cover the swara ma. Let me explain you again. When you are playing ga, I don't want you to be very free, like a free character like this. I want you to be concentrating for the next swara ma. Keep your fingers very close to the holes so that you can immediately play the next swara ma. I will show you the technique again. So you are playing ga and then ma. I have kept the fingers very close to my holes, so I'll play the ma immediately. So once you are confident about ga and ma, we can proceed further. The fifth swara is called pa. Pa is easier compared to ma. Once you have the hold of ma, you can play pa very easily. You have to close the first three fingers and the next two hold to get the swara pa. The pa is played like this. The first three holes should be closed by your left hand and the next two on your right hand. So this is pa. Next, da. We have to just open the middle finger of the right hand once you are playing, after you play pa. It is similar to pa, but we just have to open the middle finger of the right hand to get the swara da. And the last swara ni. We have to close the first three holes through from the left hand, that is the forefinger, middle finger and the ring finger, and the last but one hole with the little finger of the right hand to get the swara ni. Now that we have learned the 7 different swaras, the 7 saptaswaras, I will just try to show you how it sounds completely after playing one by one. So now that you're familiar with the 7 different swaras, the first lesson would be learning sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da and ni, and the higher note sa, and practicing the descending order sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. So once you're familiar with this, we can proceed further. I hope you have understood the basic concepts of learning flute and also the basics of Carnatic flute. Thank you very much.